considered combat Choy Jiao. So for example, we did like punches, right? You hit me, I clinch you, and then I throw you. And I told you, it's counterintuitive, right? You think, if he's swinging at me, right, I don't want to go anywhere near him. But actually, if I go in away once, then the second punch will hit me, or the second kick will hit me, or something. Whereas if he goes to hit me, and I go like this, believe it or not, I'm safer, right? Now, if you're doing Shuai Jiao sport, they tend to kind of like walk up to each other, but then they start looking for grips. If you do judo, they start with the grips. Then you're there. It's not a big deal. But most fights don't start off with, okay, we're going to fight, so why don't you put your hand on my collar, or I'll put your hand on my collar, right? You don't start like that, right? So, I want to get close. I'm safer getting close. And I'm safer, believe it or not, trying to unbalance him and trip him and throw him and maybe put him on the ground where I can control him. But how do I get close? Well, one way is if he goes to hit me, boom, well now I'm close, assuming that I have the right training. But let's say he's a little smart, or he's a little tricky, right? And he doesn't, because when he reaches to hit me, right? So we call this a bridge, right? I can cross it because there's a bridge. If there's a big river and there's no bridge, it's hard to get across, right? Don't run so probably. Go into it, right? But it's better to have a bridge. So he can give me the bridge, boom, right? I have neck mopping, I have elbow locking, all these different hand techniques to get too close. But if he doesn't give that to me, how do I create the bridge? Well, sports Shuai Jiao, you just have to figure it out, right? Combat Shuai Jiao, you use the punches and kicks. You don't necessarily want to hit him, right? These are almost tricky, but if I stick the jab in his face, if you train with me in the Sangha, which is, like a kickboxing element, what do I say about a jab, right? Gives you a sense of the distance, but it's also kind of a trick. Hey, look at the hand. And people will look at the hand. And then off of that, close the distance, right? From the center. Again, I'm just sticking my hand in his face. Sticking my hand in his face. This is a double leg. But this is womb. It means gathering up. Gathering up his legs. So, it's hard from here to go, I'm coming for your leg. Right? It's a big problem. Early UFC is people trying to like do this and not incorporate. And actually, I can show you a picture. I put it up a lot. The Central Wushu. First thing they did was they had competitions. They had competitions to see who could fight and who couldn't fight. Right? They didn't want to deal with the people that did nice forms. They wanted to see who could fight. And one of the guys that won was a Shuai Jiao guy, but he was an old Shuai Jiao guy. So once he got his hands on you, he threw you, and eventually he won. But he ate about 10,000 punches to the face. So after 3 days of fighting, when he's standing at the thing, there's like the second place finisher and the third place finisher, and he's standing in the middle, his face is literally black. That's before we had combat Shuai Jiao. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go, eventually I'm going to, he's punching me in the face. Eventually I'm going to get that grip and I'm going to throw you. No. Long is just straight. Boom. Like I said, this is double leg in Shuai Jiao. Right? Gathering up. It means actually getting both legs moving in. Oh no. Right? If you can't get that, right? And you get what we had before. Bak Mei. Meaning just getting one. And then you have to think about, well, how do I finish this? I told you don't do this because in the real world you're going to end up fighting really hard. So you have that one where you block with your hand, you block with your leg. You can also do Shou and catch the calf and then turn. You do it in one. One is you have both knees and you
pull him in, and you drive him straight back, and you're good.
Right? Like I said, if you cannot get a good grip on that rear leg, right, I shoot in and then throw out. I can get one leg. Now, once I have that one leg, I have to do something that's going to take out this leg. I can do it with my hand, I can do it with my leg, or I can do it with me. Shou bien. Got both feet on the ground. First, I'm going to try to get both knees. Right? If I can't get both knees, then I push him with my shoulder. All right, remember. See, that makes me really like.
Nice.
It doesn't really much. Because if he's strong, he's fighting me, right? My arms are only so strong. So, you might like that.